How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're battling versus a Raf from the Discord server. But before the battle begins, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Really helps me out. We're going for 10k by the end of the year, so all the help in the world is just appreciated, okay? So looking at the team, we definitely know what we're going to lead off with. It's going to be that Glimmora right off the bat, or the Meowscarada. I'm leaning towards Glimmora. So I'm going to lead off with Scizor, because Scizor can obviously defog away hazards. It can handle the Meowscarada pretty well, and it can also handle the Glimmora with the Bullet Punch. So I think that's a good shout. And the battle begins. I love those glasses. They're cool. So they're going to lead off with Toxon, which is the Glimmora, as we lead off with the Scizor. Now, unless they're randomly Terra Fire with Terra Blast, which they're definitely not, we should be good to go straight for a BP here. Bullet Punch Scizor actually goes pretty hard against the team. You got the Enamorus, you got the Meowscarada, and you got this thing. Pretty hard, pretty hard. So, Toxic Spikes are laid up, which is absolutely fine. We have the Defog. We can defog those away later. They go for a Stealth Rocks. Absolutely fine by me. You go for your Stealth Rocks all you want. The only switching they've got really to Scizor right now is the Iron Hands. And if they bring in Iron Hands, I'm just going to defog. So, I'm going to go for that Bullet Punch, get rid of the Glimmora, and then we'll defog on whatever they bring in after that. There we go. Taking out the Glimmora with a Bullet Punch is perfectly well and good. Down it goes. Great start to the game. They've got Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks up, but we should be alright. We should be fine. We've got the Guts Conkeldurr who doesn't care about the Toxic. We've also got the Gliscor who appreciates the Toxic. We've got the Scizor who's Steel type and unaffected. You know, it's great. So Iron Hands comes in. This thing doesn't get Fire Punch. So I'm going to go for a Defog now that the Glimmora is gone. We do outspeed, of course, because Scizor is a bit faster than Iron Hands, which is fine. Evasion Instinct is going to fall, but so does the Spikes and the Stones. They go away, so we're good to go. They go for a Drain Punch, which is going to do some solid damage there. It gets a critical hit, which is unfortunate, but what can you do about that? Not a lot, really. Now, they probably have Ice Punch, so I'm not very eager to switch my Gliscor in here, even though it matches up really well against its stabs. So what we need to do is we need to get in a Pokemon that's going to deal with this perfectly well. And to be honest with you, Iron Hands, we struggle against Iron Hands. Gliscor could be good if we Terra Water to sponge the Ice Punch, go for 2 EQs. Should be a golden. I think I will go Gliscor. If they predict the Gliscor switch and go for an Ice Punch, that's a good play on my opponent's behalf. I can't fault them for that. So let's see how this works for us. So Toxicity is going to come in. There we go. Looking good. They go for the Drain Punch, which is fine. We're going to eat that like it's nothing. Then we should get our Poison Heal activated. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So Gliscor's looking good right now. So they probably have Ice Punch. So we can have it. We've got a couple of options. We can either switch into Iron Morph, go for a Dazzling Gleam on the Ice Punch. Get Booster Energy and Speed though. Not Special Attack. So it's going to be difficult. I think the best thing we can do here is actually not Terra. Because if we Terra, we're actually in a bit of a vulnerable position for later. So makes us weak to the Ogerpon's Horn Leech. It makes us weak to the Meowscarada. Makes us weak to this thing's Stab. So I think going for an Earthquake here just to get damage off is probably the best way to deal with his Iron Hands. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we go for an EQ. Should do at least just less than half. Yeah, there we go. See? Less than half. They go for an Ice Punch. That's going to take us out, no problem. We lived! We lived! We lived an Ice Punch from an Iron Hands. That's awesome. We get to go for another Protect. That is what we like to see. And not Protect, an Earthquake. So they're going to withdraw. Probably into the Ogerpon or the Enamorus, if I had to guess. Aphrodite, that's the Enamorus, surely. Yep, the Enamorus comes in. We go for the EQ. And obviously, it's not doing anything to an Enamorus. So we do have one more turn of Toxic Heal. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scout, see what they're going to do, and also get some more Toxic Heal recoveries, just so that we can tackle that Meowscarada a little bit better later on if we need to, with the physically defensive Gliscor. Withdrawing the Enamorus, my opponent is... Why did I speak like Yoda then? In comes Fiona, which is fair enough. That's the Ogerpon. We go for Protect. Obviously doesn't work, but if we assume the worst here... What's our switch in? What's our switch in for a start? Let's just work on that first. So, if we know they're going to go for a Ivy Cudgel here, because it hurts my entire team pretty much other than Shiftry, then maybe we should expect a Swords Dance instead. Because if they set up Swords Dance, whoo, we're screwed. Or do we go for a Tailwind? We might have to lose Gliscor here. I don't see how to switch things in. Scizor is going to go down to an Ivy Cudgel. Iron Moth will go down to that. They outspeed us anyway. So they outspeed the walking weight. They can just go for a Horn Leech or Power Whip. Conkeldurr is probably the best, but I think Gliscor needs to go down here. Gliscor is low on HP anyway. Let's go for a Tailwind just in case they set up Swords Dance. They do go for the Ivy Cudgel though, taking us out. I could have Terra Watered there, but I didn't want to because, I mean, what's the point? We Terra Water, take the Ivy Cudgel, and then next turn they kills with a Horn Leech. You know? So it seems a bit pointless wasting a Terra on that. Gonna go into the Walking Wake, and the reason I'm going into Walking Wake is purely because we threaten this thing out with Draco Meteor. They probably don't stay in here. They might Terror and get the special defense boost, but that'll be fine. I think we can go for a Draco here, no problem. I think they might go into Enamorus. If they do, we have the Scizor switch. So let's go for the Draco, just to play it safe. They stay in. We outspeed them somehow. They must be adamant, which is fair enough. Special attack's going to drop. Walking Wake is looking good right now. Looking real good. So it's a shame that we got the Ogerpon out of the picture too early, because I want Shiftry to do something this game. That's what I want. So in comes the Enamorus. Enamorus definitely walls us. We're locked into our Draco Meteor. So I'm wondering what the best switcher here is going to be. Because they have Earth Power. They definitely have Earth Power. They could expect the Iron Moth. I think we go with Scizor. We just hard go Scizor expecting the Moonblast. And then we BP this thing in the face. I think that's the way to go. Because I think Shiftry can do something here. It's just not going to be what we think it is. So they go for a Moonblast, which is obviously going to do minimal damage. Not really, but it is still a decent chunk of damage. But we should be golden. So if we assume they're going to go for a switch into the Iron Hands, we can go for a BP, still get some chip damage off, and then go for a Tailwind, and then go into Shiftry and go from there. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So they do withdraw the Enamorus. Are they going to go into the Iron Hands again? And is that the Iron Hands? I can't remember. Yes, that's the Iron Hands. So Iron Hands comes in. We get a nice BP off, which is great. Bit of chip damage, takes it down to 50%. And then this next turn, we'll go for a Tailwind. That's probably the best play to go for here. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, I know we outspeed, so going for the Tailwind here is a good play, in my opinion. Let's see how this works out for us. They go for a Drain Punch to take us out. They get some health recovery, which might make it a bit more difficult for the Shiftry to deal with it, but I think we're going to be fine. We got the Tailwind up on the first turn that we go down, so Shiftry is going to take full advantage of the rest of those turns. So, Shiftry, come on in. Come on, Usopp. Get on in there. So, Wind Rider is going to boost our attack, which is great. We haven't got a boosting item. We've got Heavy Duty Boots, so that's unfortunate, but what can we do? I would like to assume that we can't KO with Leaf Blade. So I'm going to Terra Ghost, just so that we can be immune to that Drain Punch that's coming our way. That does make us susceptible to Sucker Punch from Meowscarada, but we're also immune to Population Bomb from the Mouse Hold. So let's go for the Terra Ghost Leaf Blade. They do stay in, probably to go for the Drain Punch. They are confident they can live a Leaf Blade. I'm confident they can live a Leaf Blade. You know, Shiftry is not the most powerful Pokemon in the world, but let's see how this works out for us. So Shiftry comes through, Terra Ghost, immunity to the Drain Punch, which is great. And then we can just go for the Leaf Blade straight up for the Leaf Blade. So there we go, Leaf Blade comes through. Doesn't KO as I thought it wouldn't, as they go for a Drain Punch, which completely fails. So that's great. So Usopp is a Ghost type, looking great. We go for a Leaf Blade real quick, and that should take out the Iron Hands, provided they don't switch out, which I think they will. They do switch out the Iron Hands. Are they going to go into the Enamorus or the Meowscarada, though? Annie, the Paldea champion, that's the Meowscarada. It's the only one we haven't seen yet. There we go. So Annie comes in. We go for the Leaf Blade. Oh, okay. We get the crit. Nice. So, just to out-prioritize their potential Sucker Punch, I'm going to go for my own Sucker Punch real quick. There we go, Sucker Punch comes through. Takes out the Meowscarada. So that's one Pokemon down. That is one Pokemon down. So we are golden right now. Tailwind does pet her out, though, which is unfortunate. That's good to note that the Tailwind has petted out. Our two Tailwind Pokemon have gone. So now they can freely bring in this thing. They can freely bring this thing in. Do we go for another Tailwind, or do we just go straight for the... Because we outspeed everything now anyway. So let's go for a Leaf Blade. I know we can take at least one hit from this thing. We can definitely take a Moonblast. We definitely take a Moonblast. We go for a Leaf Blade. And it does half. That's good damage. Maybe I should have Tailwinded there. No. That wouldn't make sense. Because then we'd still only get one attack in. At least this way we get the Leaf Blade plus the Sucker Punch. So I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch real quick. There we go. Sucker Punch comes through. Nearly takes out the Enamorus. Shiftry's done well this game. I think it deserves a nice rest. You know, we nearly took out the Iron Hands. We took out Meowscarada, 1v1'd it. We nearly took out the Enamorus, leaving them with only 3 Pokemon left, a full HP Mousehold, this thing, what's low on HP, and of course, the Iron Hands. So I think Conkeldurr's going to win this game against the Mousehold. I think they're locked into Moonblast personally, so I'm going to go into the Iron Moth. Get booster energy and speed, and then we'll outspeed everything and go for the KO. So Iron Moth should be able to clear up here. So let's go for that Quark Drive, get a speed boost, which is great. Speed was heightened. And then we'll go for a Fiery Dance to take this thing out. I mean, if they're Choice Scarf, at least we know they're locked into Moonblast. They can't do anything to us. If they switch out here, we know the Choice Scarf and they've probably got Earth Power. That's probably what's going to happen. So, no, they stay in. They know it's over for the Enamorus. We get a Fiery Dance off, which is, of course, going to boost our special attack, which is great. Great. So, now we have the Iron Hands, we have the Mousehold, and we have the... nothing else. Marpar Jr. and Louis. What? That's a cool nickname. I like that. Alright, so. Best move to go for Sludge Wave, obviously. It's the stab. It's more powerful than Fiery Dance. We go for the Sludge Wave. Should take it out unless they're Focus Sash. Which they aren't. They just live. And they get off a Population Bomb. Which is probably going to hit 10 times. Wow. They got a crit as well. Not that it matters. So Iron Moth goes down. That is unfortunate. To the Mousehold. 7 times. That's all it took. So, let's go into old Conkeldurr over here. And then we can just Mach Punch this thing. Because I don't think... They haven't Terra'd, but they could Terra here. Let's see what happens. If they Terra Ghost, they're going to Terra Ghost, aren't they? They're pulling the Terra Ghost on me just like I did with the Shiftry. They're going to pull the Terra Ghost on me right now. Yep. I should have known. But I didn't expect it, but they did the same thing that I did to them with the Shiftry. 2 can play at that game type thing. So they go for a Play Rough. Does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. Because it's a Mousehold. They don't have the best attack in the world. So we have a second chance here. Let's go for the knockoff. They go for the Population Bomb now, which could hit 10 times. 4, 5, 6, 7... 8 times. That's all it took. 8 for Conkeldurr. Mousehold's just put in the work here. If only we had Shiftry with a Sucker Punch left over. I should have saved that thing for later. That Sucker Punch could have come in handy here. Let's go Walking Wake. So unfortunately, we do not have a priority move on Walking Wake. However, there is a good chance we'll live the Population Bomb, or if you go for Play Rough, if they misplay with the Play Rough, then you know this. But they go for the Population Bomb. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a good chance we will live this actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 10 is all it took. I mean, it only hits 10 times, and that was the perfect amount of times to hit us. So that is going to be the game. So Shiftry got to do some stuff here. We did lose the game to the Mousehold, which is hilarious. I can't believe it. I should have gone for a knockoff just in case they Terra'd, but I really didn't want to get hit by that Population Bomb and go down. But you know, it is what it is. So GG, Araf. But anyway, here's the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.